question came up, if you look at the economy, you'll see that there are obviously a large number of unemployed people, but there are also a lot of vacant jobs, jobs that companies aren't filling. So the question is what is the cause of this shortage? And so it's a complex issue. So, the question is, do all firms have shortages? So it turns out that there's one way to guarantee you will always have enough employees in every category, and that's a great employer brand. So if you turns out if you're a Google or an Apple, there literally millions of people will beat on your door. And so we find those companies have much less or no shortage of people because they have a great brand, and people want to say, I work at Google or I work at Apple. They want to work on exciting projects. If you can't have a great brand, why is there this difference? Well, one is that skills become obsolete really quickly. So it might be that you were a great truck driver, but now the trucks have automatics or different equipment or whatever, that those skills become outdated. You were an engineer and you worked on a telephone at Apple, but now you're going to have to work on an iPad or something. So one of the new factors we've learned is that skills now have what I call use by date. If you ever look at a piece of fruit or a product, is that it used to be if you could do spark plugs in a car, you could do it for the rest of your life. But now cars don't have spark plugs. Actually, cars don't have motors. They have electricity or batteries. So the first thing to realize is some of this discrepancy between openings and skills is that even current employees, their skills become obsolete, and so you need to constantly either retrain people, and if you have no money, that means you have to look for people. And if you're on the leading edge and you're looking for leading edge skills, obviously most people that went to college 5 years ago wouldn't have gotten those skills. People that are unemployed wouldn't have those skills. So there's a difference in, if you want advanced skills, it's always going to be difficult to find people. You might have to train them yourself. If you're looking at the difference in jobs, one of the differences will be retention. And it used to be that people were pretty loyal. They stayed in companies and worked a long period of time. Say, for example, retail. If you worked in retail, it was a career, it was prestige. You could work at, say, Sears all your career, retire with a big pension, and you'd have prestige. But the market has changed. People now look at a lot of jobs that aren't white-collar jobs or that are retail, are very glamorous. So what's going to happen is that we're going to have a constant churn. Is that instead of 5% of the workforce leaving, maybe 20% will leave. If you talk to recent college grads, they have no intention of staying in any good job for even 3 years. So we might get a churn. You might find that your skill sets are going to walk out the door. So you're going to have to constantly replace them. Be prepared for rapid change in knowledge. So how do you overcome a rapid change in knowledge? You start hiring people that are continuous learners. So they learn on their own. They don't learn through classroom or regular textbooks. They're just continuous learners, and as a result they update their own skills. Contingent workers, if you need skills for a short period of time, if you're doing a movie, you only need people to build a set in the beginning, you don't need set builders at the end. So the new world of HR will bring in contingent workers that have special skills, but for short periods of time, just as long as you need them. Last, remember that ideas can come from anywhere, skills can come from anywhere. So IBM, for example, Procter & Gamble, now get a third of their ideas from customers or non-employees. You can hold contests, you can do lots of things. Will there be a discrepancy between skills that you need and the skills available? The answer is yes. Can you solve it by a great brand? Yeah, probably, but there's still going to be new developments if you're innovating that no one's going to have the skills, and the things that you do now will become obsolete in a fast-changing world. So the new world of HR will be rapid learning, be continuous skills updates. It'll be releasing individuals because you just don't have time to retrain them. People that are good at spark plugs probably can't be trained on electric motors fast enough or economically enough. So the world of keeping workers forever, training them, retraining them, probably is going to go away, and you're going to see more churn, more bringing in ideas, bringing in skills for short term, and then releasing them, constantly changing skill sets, which is a challenge, but also an exciting thing to look forward to.